Alright, here we go. Another video on some rock identification. It's going to be probably loud. There's quite a bit of wind, but it's just beautifully sunny outside, so I wanted to utilize the sun. There's been some pretty heavy wind gusts. So we'll start off with this, a quartz arenite sandstone. This seems pretty mature. It's quite white. A lot of the grains, got to be 90% plus are quartz grains. That classic glassy look, but no perfect cleavage planes. Take a peek at the other. That. So yeah, considered mature because quartz can withstand weathering pretty well, so it's one of the last minerals to be broken down by weathering processes. So when you get a sandstone that's predominantly quartz and this white of a quartz, it's probably very old. Or at least the grains are. All right. So another sandstone, mostly quartz. Mostly quartz, but some other grains, it seemed, as well. I think you can see some of the other rock fragments in there. I've just been collecting the sandstones that I know I can get some grains out of. I want to try. There is a potting soil book. A.C. Bunt, I believe, is one of the authors. And then maybe Britain, there is a seed starting mix that is peat moss and sand in 1 to 1 part ratios that I would like to try to see if it's effective at all. And just the grain size of these rocks broken down and then sieved through a certain measured screen creates a really beautiful grain size. So there's that. Just another sandstone. Seemed to be mostly quartz again, but definitely some other grains of other rocks. I don't know if they're specific minerals, but other rocks for sure. Another sandstone. This one's kind of much dirtier, as you can tell. Definitely got a much more variable grain size, grain makeup. So I'll probably break this one down as well. I would like to do a video to show that process. Just gotta figure out how to film it. And the other half. Once again, my area is going to be mostly sedimentary rock. The fact that I find igneous and metamorphic rock is because of the Adirondacks and the glaciers that went through here. All right, let's see. Whoa. All right. Next up, something igneous. It's exciting. Yeah. This just is like a felsic granite. I think the dark mineral's a hornblende. You got your glacier look, which is definitely quartz, and a little bit of some sort of feldspar, I thought. There's that looks like a cleavage plane of one up there. So for the amount of how little feldspar is in here, I don't know if that would be classified as something other than, this is just a granitoid to me with my limited knowledge of these things. The other half, I like its square appearance is pretty sweet. Pretty cool. Saw a pileated woodpecker today, so if you hear some knocking up against the trees, it might be that. A lot of quartz in there. Ooh, I think I got a cleavage plane off of one of the dark minerals. At this stage, probably an amphibole with these felsic granites. Which hornblende is an amphibole? I know there are other amphiboles that are black. I'm not particularly sure about a lot of them. I have found something like this before, and I was perplexed. It looks like quartz, but it's very red. It's almost got a pomegranate color to it. And I don't know where to really begin with if that's a mineral in itself and it's shining through the quartz, or if it's quartz staining, is it quartz with iron and that's why it's this color. So I've definitely come across this before. And it's still a mystery. Still don't quite know how to describe it. Or at least begin to identify it as anything specific. And last up, another felsic granitoid. There's a lot of quartz in this thing. Let's see if we can, yeah, there we go. Definitely a feldspar of some sort. Yeah, that's nice. A nice cleavage plane off of that. Alright, try not to blind anybody. So, it doesn't have any real striations on it, so it's not some sort of I don't believe it's a calcic feldspar, so, some sort of sodic feldspar. There's a lot of white ones in the sodium realm of things. So a lot of quartz and, some feldspar. A felsic granitoid to me. This side also had a really nice, let's see if we can get, where is it? Yeah, that. Boom. So it probably lined up with that other portion there. And lastly, this one broke into thirds. We'll maybe back out for this one a little bit. There is the other part of it. See, this thing is definitely mostly quartz. Well, I shouldn't say definitely, but it seems to be mostly quartz. And then it just has those large feldspar pockets. So, yeah, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. If you subscribe, leave a comment. I'll do my best to get back at you. Or leave you a message. I guess get back at you sounds kind of confrontational. All right, yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.